When we look for people to join our teams, we're looking for diversity in thoughts, diversity in experience, so that when we meet as a group, we have different perspectives into the things that we're trying to solve, and therefore build much more elegant solutions that we would have not thought otherwise.
There are so many interesting projects happening all of the time, and I have a real say into what happens, not only on the SRE team, but in the engineering org as a whole. My opinion is very valued, as is everyone else's here, and we're able to take a project from its infancy, carry it on through development and into production, and then keep it running forever, and constantly improving on it.
Our engineering team puts a lot of stock in learning from each other. We share our knowledge, whether it's through collaborating on projects or through technical discussion sessions or through internal tutorials and talks. I think there's a really strong emphasis on learning and exploring new technologies and best practices. And I really love that we see our peers as our most valuable resource in doing so.
We have DECEs, ITCEs, where they can present to the team for up to an hour on whatever thing they find interesting or whatever the team is thirsty for. It's just a way to actively, not just passively, encourage growth. And we'll do that sort of on one-on-ones where I'll talk to people and be like, it's been a while since you've done a DECE. What are you reading about that you think is interesting? Why don't you take some time off, learn about it, come with a little presentation that at least intros people to it, and then we can go from there. That might catch somebody else's eye, and maybe we're thinking about a whole new stack or a whole new solution to a problem that we've been struggling with for years.
We work on things that we ship. We don't do a lot of projects that sit on the shelf. A lot of companies talk about performance and scalability and big scale, and you never get to see those problems. At Squarespace, you work on real things, you ship real things. We favor a working product over a big design. We favor shipping over talking. People really get to work on things that they find interesting, and most importantly, everybody understands why they're building something.
I think the culture here definitely encourages people to think for themselves and contribute ideas. It's not an environment where you're just given a very prescriptive requirement and told to go off and implement something that someone else has designed. Instead, here it's a very collaborative process, and for me as an engineer, that's very important.
Squarespace has an engineering culture. It's run by an engineer. Anthony's an engineer, and it's a very logical way of running things, and I believe a really healthy way to run a business, because things are based on data and decisions are based on data, and it's easy to understand why decisions are made.
I mean, there's incredible work-life balance here, and I feel like Squarespace really cares about its people. At the same time, I feel like there's a lot of agency to do your own thing. Like, you're empowered to work on whatever you think needs to be worked on. You're empowered to make your own design decisions. So I find that like an incredible thing about working here. Also, the free coconut water is great. Did I say that already? I don't think so.
We have an amazing building. I've got great views of the skyline from my desk, and just as we walk around, it's like being in an upscale building or a hotel. It's fantastic around here, and we also have an amazing roof that I love to sit on and sneak some time for myself to do some work.
Just coming to work is an experience, from the elevator to like my desk with like 2 big monitors and like a nice lap of concrete, from like having like lunch conversations every day with my coworkers. This is one of the first places where like I sit every day with my coworkers and like we discuss things. Also having snacks every time you want, it's great.
I really like the culture here, and I really value the flexibility that's offered at Squarespace. So when it comes to working hours, work-life balance, the policies that we have about time off, I feel like we're very much treated like adults here.
To become a better engineer, you come here. Even the first day, I asked my manager, what am we working on? And he said, well, what do you want to learn?
I think that being at Squarespace is really about some of the great people I work with. I work with amazing engineers, and I think that it's fantastic to see what together we can create. Together we make things that we wouldn't be able to do individually.